Well, it feels pretty familiar, having done it a lot of years, but also having kids back in camp who have done this before, and we're very familiar with. We have 20 returning players from last season, so that's always comforting to know that we have some good experience coming back. We have some good leadership coming back, so we'll rely on them quite a bit. Yeah, that group had their first normal spring last spring, and that was huge for them. Like, typically the freshman to sophomore transition is a big time of growth because we do there's just a lot that happens in the spring within the team, within the kids themselves, learning how to train, learning how to get in the weight room. They make a lot of big strides there, and I feel like the seniors actually made those strides this past spring. They did a ton of training in their leadership, and did a lot of work just learning how to lead a team and be part of a team a little bit more. So I think I've already seen the fruits of that just over the summer and coming back now in the fall, that they're just more comfortable, more mature, and they're going to be a good group to work with, who they have a lot of talent. They obviously have a lot of experience on the field too. So yeah, I'm looking for a lot of great leadership from them, and just excited for them being able to be in the place that they are now. Lydia Sejo loves soccer probably more than anything in the world. So she plays all the time. The last 2 summers, she's played with the Chicago Eagles, and just loves to play. She's going to be a good leader for us and give us great depth in the midfield. Melia, my daughter, she's not sure what last name she's going by this year, but she is going into her 3rd year playing in the holding mid for us. She's dependable. She's not one to take risks going forward, but she always knows where to be defensively. And then Danae Hurd, who's been up and down with injuries, never been able to play consistently for us. So I'm hoping that will happen for her this year. She's probably going to be in the center back spot for us. And Haley Weinert has scored a lot of goals for us. So we're putting her up front close to the goal and hoping she can do the same this year. It's had its ups and downs. I think it was hard at first just navigating that parent coach role and how that all worked out. And then all the crazy of the last couple years really not being able to settle in any way. So I almost feel like it's taken us this long to get to a good place where we understand each other and we can say the things that I need to say as a coach to her, and she can be a player on the field, but also hang out off the field and just be mom and daughter. Yeah, that group, they are a great group of people. Thank goodness, because when they came in as freshmen, everything around them was out of whack, and they handled it really well. They rolled with it. They invested in the team. They've still found ways to have fun and to enjoy what we were doing, even though it wasn't what we wanted it to be. That group, they've grown together as a group. They are definitely tight as a class. They spend a lot of time together off the field, but they are fully invested in the team. And there's a lot of our leadership will come from that group. Obviously, many of them have started since their freshman year, so a lot of solid experience and play from a lot of positions. I would say, Emily White has started pretty much every game since day one. She's played some different positions for us, but it doesn't matter where she is. She's just a solid player. Rachel has started in the outside back spot for us, has solidified that position, and Megan and Anna Jenkins, Megan Mathis in the midfield, Gianna up top scoring goals. All have started for 2 years for us now. So coming back, we will certainly expect a lot out of them, out of that group. So Courtney Listman had a great year in the goal for us. I thought as a freshman coming in, she was solid. She is someone who makes a lot of reaction saves, I would say. but also does a decent job getting off her line, and is someone that we trust now back there. So she's definitely solidified that position. Britta Lagerquist, probably the other sophomore who played the most as a freshman. We were playing her at an outside back and a little bit up in the front, but we really plan to use her more up in the front, and we struggled to score goals a bit last year, so it's going to be, I think she's going to help us moving her up front. She's quite capable of scoring goals, so I'm looking forward to kind of seeing what she does up there. And then we just got some good depth, I think, in the midfield. Lexi Zook gives us good depth in the midfield. I think she'll play some more minutes there. Erin Venus should play some more minutes in the midfield. And Natalie Merrick, again, we can use her in a couple different places, but should give us some more depth in wherever we're using her. I would say some keys for us are definitely going to be scoring goals. We got a lot of shots last year and outshot most everyone we played, but didn't score goals when we needed to. So if we can find those moments and finish, that's a big focus for us this year. It will be to finish. And then obviously defensively, we have to be solid. I mean, there's too many good players in the league and in our non-conference play that we're going to face, that you cannot win games if you're giving up 2 goals a game. So we really have to be solid. And I expect overall play, we're going to be very competitive with everyone we face. So learning from our non-conference season, which I feel is shorter. We only have 6 games before we start conference play, and we start right in with Chatham, Franciscan, and Westminster. So going to be really key for us to grab hold of every lesson we can in those first 6 games to get us off to a good start in the conference play. Yes, the conference has gotten better over the last couple of years. Just adding other teams, but adding quality teams for us in women's soccer, I think has been good. It has pushed us to be better. We certainly expect to be towards the top end of the conference, and I think it's going to be harder to get there. I think with the addition of Allegheny and even Franciscan a couple of years ago, those are teams that are always pushing to be in the top. And now with 6 teams in the conference tournament, it gets a little, again, just harder to make it happen. For the last, couple years, the conference tournament games are all 1-goal games, overtime games. You just don't know which way they're going to go. You can outplay people. That doesn't mean you win the game. So can we, again, finish well this season is going to be a key.